man, this sucks. As a Knicks fan, this is a video I never want to make, and it is going to be my Knicks elimination rebuild as they've lost to the Indiana Pacers. So yeah, it is a shame. I really thought the Knicks were going to beat the Pacers here in the Eastern Conference Finals. Up until basically the final 2 minutes of the fourth quarter, I was really confident that was going to happen in game one, where the Knicks had one of, if not the biggest collapse in conference finals history, and one of the biggest collapses in NBA playoffs history in game one. And you could just tell that the vibes are kind of off. Like, they're going to be off after that game, and it's really hard to come back from that. Losing game two was not like the nail in the coffin, but it's like, all right, if you got to respond. They didn't respond in overtime. They didn't respond in game two. They do lose that game, another close one. They win game three after being down by 20 at one point, just typical Knicks fashion. Go down 20, and then they can start carrying. It's just like this series where it was so winnable. It really was. Halliburton had that insane game number 4, and it's tough when it happens against your favorite team because I can't like appreciate it. I'm just kind of upset my team lost. I don't know, man. I think a lot of Knicks fans, I'm gonna speak here as someone that's been a fan for a while, been a fan for basically like 2 decades, and I have seen some horrible teams. There has been some dark times as a Knicks fan, and I think the fan base is a little bit negative. Now I know it's a massive fan base, obviously in New York, but the people are saying like this team needs massive changes. I don't really know if that's going to happen, nor should it, because you have your franchise player in Jalen Brunson, who is once again incredible both in the playoffs and the regular season this year. Yes, you gave up 6 first-round picks, 5 in a pick swap, 4 Mikal Bridges, and everyone's like, it's the worst trade ever. Now, Mikal Bridges was probably not as good as advertised going into the season. He needs to kind of change a little bit how he is in the system, be more aggressive, stop with the fadeaways when you have an open layup. But he's still in his prime. He still gave the Knicks like 40 plus minutes a night down the stretch of the season, and they gave up basically the 26th overall pick in this year's draft. Deuce McBride needs to play more next year. I think the confidence and his play style elevated not just in the regular season, but in the playoffs. I think maybe he could have been a little disappointing. He was supposed to be Dante DiVincenzo's replacement in the regular season. But man, I thought he really impressed me in Boston, and I think Tibbs kind of misused him down the line. OG Anunoby, I mean, for somebody that makes $40 million a year, there's still some frustrating parts to his game offensively, but you're kind of stuck with it now. And he's still fairly young in his prime. Josh Hart is a great player when he's like your 7th man playing 26 minutes a night, not when he's playing 38 minutes a night, because there's going to be some good, and there's going to be some bad that comes with that good, because he's going to play too fast, going to turn the ball over, and for some reason is still so passive with a shot. And then you have Karl Anthony Towns, who the Knicks traded for. I didn't love the trade when it happened. I mean, Cal was incredible for them this year, but there's definitely some defensive issues with him out there. Mitchell Robinson had some really good playoff games. He's entering the last year of his deal. The Knicks have about $6 million to spend this offseason for their taxpayer exception in free agency. Honestly, it pains me to say it, because Tibbs, I didn't love when they hired him a couple years ago, but the 21 season, the 23 season, the 24 season, even this year, like 4 out of 5 years you make the playoffs, including a conference finals. For how many years I watched horrible teams, horrible coaching, incompetent coaching, Kurt Rambis, David Fisher, David Fizdale, or Derek Fisher, David Fizdale, Jeff Hornacek. There were some bad times. Isaiah Thomas. I'm going to fire Tibbs. I do think sometimes he's going to get in his own way. I don't think he trusts the bench enough, and I get you want to have as much continuity and chemistry with your 5. That's why you play them a ton. But I think just them not going more into DeLon right after the deadline, Landry Shamet when he got healthy this year, even just giving more runtime to the rookies, or just guys that could have been depth pieces in the playoffs. Because honestly, shout out to DeLon Wright and Landry Shamet showing up at points in the Pacers series after really not playing at all in the first 2 series. And I think that like bit them in the butt, basically, the Knicks. You need to trust the 8 through 10 guys in the regular season so you can be somebody like Indiana or Detroit, or these teams that just have more depth when the Knicks went up against them in the playoffs, and it was Indiana that took them down. So then that sparks the question, who is going to be the next head coach for the New York Knicks? And I'm going to go a little bit more in depth into this because it's the team I'm the most passionate about. I think Mike Malone would be an obvious candidate. Taylor Jenkins, both guys that were on playoff teams that got fired late in the year. If you want to look at top assistants, there's Chris Quinn, there's Micah Nori, there's Sam Cassell. There is one guy that I do like, and he has a good relationship with Donovan Mitchell, but I do believe he would take a head coaching job. And that's Johnny Bryan, who was a Knicks assistant for a bunch of years, and he took the Cavs job as like the main assistant for this season, and I think he's ready to be a head coach. I just think he's like, for his time in New York, a very smart offensive head coach, can trust his guys, and I think the Knicks just need somebody new there that knows these guys. So he already has that existing relationship. He already has an existing relationship with most of the assistants. You're just now changing a little bit of a philosophy for the head decision maker. I would be okay with Mike Malone. I don't know if that's really a huge step up from Tibbs. He has his New York ties as well. But yeah, in order to get Johnny Bryant, I do need to go to the Cavs because they will block it. So let me do this, and we are going to allow the Knicks to sign Johnny Bryant here. But honestly, like, I don't know if Leon Rose is going to fire Tibbs. Like, they've been the most successful GM head coaching duo in New York since the 90s. Like, it's been a minute since Jeff Van Gundy and Pat Riley were here. So I don't know if Tibbs, I mean, like, I would feel bad because this is his life, Tibbs, and I don't know if he would get another head coaching job in his career. Maybe he would. Maybe some team like Charlotte would want Tibbs in the room. We'll see. So yeah, Johnny Bryant, welcome to the Knicks. You are the new head coach. That is going to be one of my bigger moves this offseason because, yes, there could be Cat talks. There could be Hart talks. There could be Anunoby talks. I don't think the Knicks are going to trade Mikal. And you're obviously not trading Brunson. But I think Mitchell Robinson could make sense this offseason as well in a trade. He's a free agent. But, like, are you going to get good enough value back for Josh Hart? Could this be, like, your Marcus Smart type trade when the Celtics traded him away? I think Anunoby and Cat would have a market, but they're still massive deals. And Cat has, what, 3 years left on this deal because it has that player option? Yeah, $61 million player option at 31. Like, it'll still be fairly young. I just don't know how the mileage these guys are going on. I mean, Anunoby still has 4 years left on the deal, but you're getting him in his prime years. It's not like this is going to the age 33, 34 season. So the Knicks do have 1 second rounder. Yeah, I have to forfeit my second rounder. So I guess whoever I draft, I'll just waive. So I have the 49th pick in the second round. There's one team that I think could maybe be interested. I mean, the Lakers could definitely be interested in Robinson. You're not getting Reeves for Robinson. That would be a pipe dream. I wonder if there could be, I don't know about Kispert, but could I maybe snag Justin Champagnie and is Sadiq Bey under contract here? He is, for Mitchell Robinson. I think it improves the depth. This might not even work. I would give you your first round pick back in 2026. And could I maybe get the 40th overall pick in this year's draft? And maybe the swap worst. Like, I'm going to offer this to them. This pick is top 10 protected, so they get their rights back to their first. You can now run some Mitchell Robinson, Alex Sarr frontcourt dual lineups, which I actually think would work because Sarr can space the floor at the 4. Robinson's in the lead offensive rebounder. They need big man depth. Sadiq Bey is inevitably to get traded. I don't know if they would want to part ways with Champagnie. And we'll see if they do this trade. Probably not, right? They would want my 2028 first. I don't really want to do that. I mean, I will also include... See, like, I wonder, like, what Kolek can do next year. I think Bakome Dadiet, I'd rather have them drafted. I mean, Jalen Wells would have been nice, but Ryan Dunn, Isaiah Collier, I was kind of hammering for on the night of the draft. I mean, I could include Dadiet in this trade. If we're trying to win with this window, I may have to trade him. So let's see. Will they do that? They will. So I do add 2 wings, which will be upgrades over Shamet, and, like, guys that kind of came and through this year. I'm very high on Champagnie, and I think he could be a really good piece for the Knicks if they're able to add either one of the Champagnie brothers. I think are pretty underrated. Now I have also 2 draft picks here on the night of the draft. I have 40 and 49. All right, so why does this game never just have, like, Cooper, Harper, Flag? It's got, like, what? Ace Bailey goes 1. Whoa. Flag goes to the Spurs. Thank God we're in the East. Conor Murray Boyles to the Sixers. Kaman to the Hornets. Dylan Harper went 6 to the Miami Heat, who traded up for him. So I wonder what Washington did there. Did they, like, just acquire Tower Hero somehow? I'm not really sure. So maybe they acquired some future draft picks. I don't know, but I guess shout out to the Heat. So I got Tyrese Proctor from Duke. Guys that can contribute right away. I love Chaz Lanier to the Knicks if he can fall. And I took Tahad Petaway at 56, but he's going back to school. So we're just going to sign Proctor and Lanier, 2 guys that can help right away. I think Ariel Hukporti is due for some more minutes. He impressed me a ton this year as a rookie for the Knicks. And now with Mitchell Robinson out of the equation, I think he could be that guy. And I think the Knicks can use $6 million now. I mean, like, I thought about, like, Chris Paul this offseason, one of those guys. Heck, I would even go for Russell Westbrook, somebody that could just give you minutes off the bench and could take some of the time off Jalen Brunson. We did add some centers, we added a bunch of wings. Proctor can kind of compete with Kolek for the backup guard minutes, and I think McBride is going to play a ton this year. And I want to use my remaining $6 million on a center. I mean, I don't think I'm going to be good enough to get Mo Wagner. Heck, Luke Cornett, former Knick, completely different team now. Will Boston be able to afford him? He played well against the Knicks in the playoffs. The Knicks have been linked to Chris Boucher in the past. That could be a veteran center. They've gone after Achua. Well, that was in the OG trade. So I'm going to do a 1+1 for Luke Cornett. And yeah, he's going to be the backup center next year. So I'm going to renounce the rights on Precious Achua campaign. I'll see about bringing back. I definitely want to bring back Kevin McCullough, but DeLon Wright and Shamit, like, I'm interested in bringing some of those guys back. We'll see. So I'm going to bring back DeLon Wright on a 1-year deal. I'm not sure if he's going to play. I may have to cut him before the season starts. I'm going to renounce the rights on Shamit, and we're going to get Kevin McCullough back. Like, would also like to just see him get, I don't know, 7 minutes a night. It's just like the night you're playing the Hornets. I don't know. Also, I'd rather win 46 games than 52 if that means that I'm not running my starters into the ground throughout the regular season. It's okay to have a loss, but for the greater good, you're seeing more out of the deeper bench. I think I'm just more positive as a Knicks fan because I've seen how bad it can get, and we are so, like, far in the good right now from where it was in the mid to late 2010s, in the late 2000s before Melo, in the early 2010s before, like, Amari Stoudemire signed and before the Melo trade. And Mikal Bridges is eligible for an extension this offseason. I guess he doesn't want to sign one. I would have right now. So, yeah, we're going to head into the 2026 season where the East is still wide open. I mean, Boston is going to be banged up next year with Jason Tatum out for majority of the season, if not all of it. I mean, we've yet to see the Cavs make it to the conference finals. Are they going to make a move this offseason? Yeah, Indiana's going to be right back into it, and Philly could be back, and Orlando can take a step, Detroit can take a step, but it's not impossible that this Knicks team, with a little bit more depth, can go far. So, for the season, it's going to be Brunson at the 1. I'm going to start McBride. I think that's what the Knicks should do next year. Josh Hart is going to go into a 6-man role. OG at the 4. Josh Hart's going to get 26 minutes a night. Champagne's going to get about 18. Sadiq Bey's going to get about 14. Cornette can get about 14. And I want to see what some of these younger guys can do. So I want to give, I guess, if Cornette's getting 14, like, Hook Porty just needs, like, 6 minutes a night. Like, sprinkle some in there. I mean, Cat just needs 32 minutes a night in the regular season. I don't want to run him to the ground. Brunson can get 33. McBride can get 24. I mean, McBride or Bridges is an Iron Man. Let's go 32. Let's go, we can go 32 to Bridges. I'll go 25 to Josh Hart, 30 to Anunoby. I don't need to play the starters so many minutes. I'm going to also make Josh Hart a small forward where he goes up to an 86. And system proficiency under Johnny Bryant balance is 3.5 stars to start off the year. We have 2 games at home, 2 games on the road to start off the year. I'll take a 2-2 start. Heck, we just went on a 4-0 like start to the year. Let's go. Brunson with 29, Bridges with 25, Cat with 23, 17, and 5. I mean, the Knicks, like, what also is kind of scary is they got really good injury luck this year. Guys got hurt throughout the season, but compared to last year and compared to some of the, like, other teams, they got very lucky this year with injuries, and they couldn't make it out of the ECF. And this team is killing it right now in the 2026 season. We are 42-10 with a 16.1 point differential. Okay, that is pretty good. I will take that. Our winning score is Jalen Brunson. No surprise there. But I'd rather Jalen Brunson average 22.8 points because he's getting a rest, and now we are winning into the bench a little bit more. I'm fine with everybody's offensive numbers going down from 2025 because we're trusting some other guys a little bit more. I mean, Deuce hasn't been that good of a shooter this year. Sadiq Bey shooting 36 from 3. Tristan Champagnie shooting 35% from 3. Kolek's been involved a little bit this year. Cornette's been involved, obviously. Porty, Proctor, they've all played a little bit. And I like what I'm seeing. And I'm just glad that we have options now. Now, would Mikal Bridges be open to an extension right now? He will. So let's give him, honestly, like the reverse of the Ingram deal. Ingram got, what, 3 for 120? I'm going to give him 4 for 120. And I'll give him a player option at the end of it. And it will go up 5% every year. We could work out an extension with Cat. I'm not going to touch that right now. I want to see what this team can do. It's also like, I know people don't want to hear it's year 1 of the core. And I know when Cat and Brunson have been out together on the floor in the playoffs, the defensive rating isn't great. But hey, I mean, I just don't think it's time to panic completely because this team does not own a lot of draft capital. It's not like this team is old. It's not like they're Clippers old or some of the teams that are a little bit on the older side with their cores. Like, everybody's in their prime right now. So, I don't know. I would just maybe give it another run. Maybe Deuce takes a step because the confidence is there from Deuce, and you can really see some defensive improvements when he's out there. And Luka wins MVP. Dylan Harper is your rookie of the year for the Miami Heat. Josh Giddey, 6th man of the year there in New Orleans. Khalil Ware also won most improved this year. And Johnny Bryant in his first year as a head coach is your coach of the year. How about that? Are we going to get any Knicks on an All-NBA team? It doesn't matter. Like I said, the individual accolades do not matter for this team. I need more depth on the squad. And we end up getting the 1 seed. Now, a lot of teams are going to be better in the East next year. Toronto should be better if they're more healthy. I already mentioned Philly. Orlando will be better. Atlanta, I think, will be better as well. We'll see how, like, Milwaukee looks next year. And we'll see if Giannis gets traded and if he gets traded into the East. Everybody had a pretty good field goal percentage outside of Miles McBride. 2K, come on. I need you to like Miles. I need you because he's one of my players like I still have a lot of stock in. We have a Battle of New York, which is pretty cool. Here in round number 1, they drafted Jeremiah Fears. They didn't really trade away any of their veterans, and they got Bryce Sensabaugh, Moses Moody, and Naz Reid. And let's figure out this rotation for the playoffs. So I'm going to stick with Hart off the bench and McBride in the 2 spot. I think for, like, I don't need Hukporti, and I don't think I need Tower Kolek. But, like, a 9-man rotation, trusting a 4-man bench is good with me. I mean, I just didn't really play any of the second-round picks. So, yeah, we're going to go 37 to Brunson for the playoffs. We'll go 35 to Cat, which I don't think is a crazy ask. We'll go 35 to Bridges and Anunoby. I got 3 more minutes. Honestly, let's go... maybe I just give him to McBride. We'll go 27 to Knights and McBride. And we're going to have a 4-man bench unit, 3.5 star balance, taking on the Nets in round 1. We're going to win game 1 by 30. Brunson with 41, Bridges with 33. He wants to show off against his former team. And honestly, like, Bridges' 3-point shot wasn't perfect this year in 2025. Give him an offseason, man. Just give him like one more offseason where he can tweak his shot, which got tweaked going into the year. And I think he could be even better next year. We end up blowing them out here in game 3. 70 combined between Brunson and Towns. And we are going to lose game number 4. We gave up 153 points. All right, not encouraging for the defense. But we are going to gentleman sweep them. And for the 3rd straight year, we're going to be going up against the Indiana Pacers, a team that obviously just knocked us out for the last 2 years. So it would be nice for this not to happen 3 years in a row. Brunson goes off for 34, Cat with 21. And people will look at like the Knicks defense. I mean, the Pacers defense isn't much better. It's not like they're an elite defensive team by any means. So you can have a high octane offense in which the Pacers have, and they have a pace like anybody, like nobody else. And maybe that's what a new head coach can bring to the Knicks. And you can make it to the NBA Finals. Like, they outscored the best offense in the NBA in round number 2 in the Cavs. And they were able to get past the Knicks. So, wow, we scored 17 points here in the 4th quarter. We were able to win. We're up 2-1. We're up 3-1. 124, 116, 45 for Brunson, 22 for Cat. They are going to force a game number 5. Brunson with 42 in the loss. Stinks. Game number 6 goes to the Knicks. All right, so we finally get past the Indiana Pacers. Maybe depth prevailed. That's what I'm talking about. Or Bridges with 24. McBride had 9 in this game. Brunson averaged 35 and 7.5 in round number 1, which is kind of insane. Bridges and Cat both averaged 21 apiece. Brunson averaged 32.8 in round number 2. OG struggled a little bit with his efficiency. And we're taking on Detroit, who the Knicks beat in round number 1 in the 24 playoffs. That would be cool. I'm in a playoff series against DiVincenzo, their old buddy. Game 1 goes to the Knicks, 114, 108. Bridges with 30, Brunson with 28, Cat with 20. Game 2 goes to the Knicks, 128, 88. 49 combined between Brunson and Bridges. Game 3 goes to the Knicks, 116, 108. 33 for Brunson, 29 for Cat. We are going to lose game number 5 by 14. We only scored 102. Oh my God. They have Randall as well. They traded for Dante. Did they trade for Randall as well? It was Santi Aldama who they signed for Dante, and I guess they signed Randall. It's kind of crazy. DeMar DeRozan was traded for PJ Washington. Yeah, the Mavericks would be sick if there was a time machine back to like 2020, 2019 even. And we beat them by 3 in game 5, and we are in the NBA Finals. We're going to be taking on a Texas team, and that's going to be the San Antonio Spurs. So a rematch of like the 2000 or 99 Finals. And yeah, we'll see if we could beat Wemby and Cooper Flag. Fell to the 2nd overall pick, so that's going to make things a little bit more challenging. We do win game 1. Brunson with 38, Bridges with 20, Cat with a double-double and a bad shooting night. McBride, bad shooting night as well. We're going to lose game 2 by 6. Cat had 36, Fox had 25. We're going to win game 3, 132, 103. Brunson with 38, Bridges with 31. Game 4 goes to the Spurs. Oh, man, they won by 1. It's unfortunate. Bridges 4 of 15. Game 5 goes to the Knicks, 123, 93. Are we going to win the NBA Finals in 6 games? Or are we going to be going to a game 7, which would be at the Garden? We're up by double digits. Okay, we're blowing them out right now. All right, we're up by 35, so I don't think we're going to have to worry about losing here. They have a little bit of a comeback there. We're up by 18, up by 15. McBride coming off some screens. He gets the pump fake in the air. I don't want him to be off balance, but he knocks it down anyway, and it's really hard to block like a Miles McBride 3-point shot because he gets that really high release, which is really effective for somebody at his size that has a easier chance to block because of his height. So we have like an interesting lineup out here. I'd rather get the starters. I kind of want to see what Brunson can do. Bridges was a little bit inconsistent this year, you would like, on the defensive end of the floor, and he's going to be held under a more intense, I guess, scale than some of the other players, just because you gave up 6 first-round picks, and people could be like, oh, you could have probably traded for Giannis a year later. woulda, coulda, shoulda, right? Like, obviously, you want to make a deal right now that Bridges gives you a damn good player, man. A damn good player. But he's going to be held to a higher standard now that they gave up 6 first-round picks in this year. You wish he was a little bit better because, I mean, at times you were going to hope that he could be a number 2 next to Brunson when Cat wasn't on. But he was not that. Cat, can we get past De'Aaron Fox? All right, we got fouled. And Cat is going to go, or I think he hit the first, right? He's going to hit the second there. So we are up by 17 with 2 minutes to go. And yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think Josh Hart is a bad player. I don't think he's under a bad contract. Josh Hart is a very good player, and he's a player that everybody needs. But it's hard to have Josh Hart out there for 36 minutes a night. Like I said, if he's a 7th man, he's playing 27 minutes a night. He can be a lot more effective because he can have and kind of sustain his energy out there as Wemby just knocks down a 3. Super contested as well. Brunson, he's got 28, 6, and 9, and he is like the best Knick I've seen. I think this version of Brunson may be better than what I watched from Melo. At least in the high leverage moments, man. Brunson is able to score at will, both on the perimeter, mid-range jumper, the fadeaways out of the post. It's incredible what he does at his height, and he's able to finish inside with the rip through. And people will call him a flopper, but I don't think Brunson's really a flopper. You could say he's like more of a foul baiter, where he's like getting contact, but he's doing it in people saying unethical way. I could see that for sure, but I don't think he's a flopper by any means. He's a small dude who takes a ton of contact. Like, he's gonna get knocked around a bunch. As De'Aaron Fox is gonna get to the rim there and lay it in. And yeah, we are gonna win the finals though, thank God. Like, I'm not gonna blow a 12-point lead in 57 seconds. Can I score though with this team? That would be nice. I don't think I've scored yet. Can I get a switch? Brunson kicking out to McBride. Not gonna get it. Actually, McBride did hit a shot, so I hit one at least. Brunson, I can actually, let's do this. I'm scoring over Fox. Brunson, fade away. He's pretty good at that. Knocks that down for the 30 piece. But yeah, obviously I'm sad that the Knicks ended up getting eliminated in real life, but and a 2K championship won't make me feel that much better. LeBron ends up retiring. DeRozan, I'll override it for one more year. Curry, I'd like to override that. Same with Draymond. They could probably retire together next year. We're going to see if we're going to go back-to-back. Hey, Tibbs was not my coach this year, but he does retire. I feel like Tibbs, yeah, I don't know if he would get another job. And this is his life. I don't think Tibbs has like a life and kids. Like, he literally goes back to his like Connecticut house, or I guess he has a New York City apartment, and it's just like grinding film. Like, basketball is his life. So we do get the 27th pick in this draft from the Mitchell Robinson deal. I believe I own my first round pick as well, which is going to be at number 30. From the Mikal Bridges trade, Johnny Bryant wins a NBA title in his first year as a head coach. Call him Nick Nurse. And I'm going to have 2 first-round picks, which is very useful. I think I may look to move Sadiq Bey just because I may not afford him in a year, and we could try to give a little bit of run time to some of these youngins. So you know what I may do? I may try to move up in this draft. Could I move, honestly, all my first-round picks, all my picks, and Sadiq Bey? How far can that get me? Could that get me into the lottery at like 14? I don't think that's far-fetched. Can Phoenix do this? Oh, yeah. They're going to do this. So I'm going to get the 14th pick in this draft. You get them under the 4-year deal. Probably wouldn't be able to afford Sadiq Bey in a year. AJ Demancic goes to the Wizards. Darren Peterson to the Pelicans. And Cam Boozer to the Thunder. And I'm going to take Darius Acuff Jr. out of Arkansas, who could be the backup point guard for Brunson going forward. Definitely higher upside than Tyler Kolek. So let's sign Darius Acuff. He was the 14th pick. We're going to pick up the team option on Cornette, Lanier, and Proctor. These guys could have more playing time next year. McCullough and Hook-Porty, I'd like to give the qualifying offers to, and I don't think we're going to have like a notable free agent. I'll bring back Delon Wright. Yeah, this team is pretty expensive. So we just won a title. I don't really want to make too many changes. A big part of this video has been kind of overhauling the bench. I made a major move when I moved Mitchell Robinson, but I was able to win with majority of the core I got. All right, and I'm going to do something that's going to make me happy. I wanted to see the Nova Knicks in full effect this year, and I do miss Dante DiVincenzo, how hard he plays, the flame-throwing shooting that can come off the bench or in the starting lineup. He stepped up when OG Anunoby got the hamstring injury against the Pacers last year. He had like a 30-piece in game 3 in that loss. I'm going to send them Luke Cornette, Tyrese Proctor, and 3 second-rounders. Are they going to accept this? They will not. Okay, so let me also throw in... We don't have much draft capital to throw in, I'll be honest with you. I'll throw in a future first for Dante. They should accept that. Okay, they do. I won my title, so now I'm just having fun with the Nova Knicks. And yeah, this is going to mean more minutes for Ariel Hook-Porty, who's going to be the backup center now that I traded away Luke Cornette, who now has 2 rings. Is he a Hall of Famer? All right, so Kevin McCullough accepts the qualifying offer. So does Ariel Hook-Porty. Brunson's a 92, Cat's a 92, Bridges 86, and Anunoby 86. There's Hart, McBride. Kolek goes up as well. He's seen Darius Acuff. He's trying to stay as the backup point guard. All right, so is there any extensions that I could do right now? I guess Brunson. We'll get Brunson paid. He is the heart and soul of the New York Knicks. Hart has a team option. We'll be picking that up. McBride is going to get paid a little bit more. Let's sign him. He's somebody that if this was like the route they take, they would probably have to move, or they'd have to move somebody else because they wouldn't be able to afford all these guys with the second apron. All right, so let's construct this 2027 team. Brunson, I think I want to start. I mean, now we have a little bit more options with DiVincenzo here, which is pretty dope. So Champagne's going to get like 17 minutes a night. DiVincenzo can get around 17 as well. Honestly, I'll give Kolek like 12 minutes. I don't have to play a cuff right away. Hukporty's going to get like 10 minutes. I think Chaz Lanier can get like 9 minutes. So we'll do like 20 to McBride this year. We'll do 31 to Catches for the regular season, 33 to Brunson. And then DiVincenzo's what, getting 17? We should probably get him a little bit more, right? Like 22. And then 2 more minutes. I think I'm going to go like 26 to Josh Hart. And we can do 30 to Anunoby, 30 to Mikal Bridges. We start off the season on the road in back-to-back games. And we have 2 blowout victories, one by 24, one by 32. We're going to get everybody involved this year. And we are here at the 2028 trade deadline. We are the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. We do have the best point differential. The Cavs have a pretty good point differential as well. Oh my God. Good thing we beat the Spurs last year because it may not be possible to beat them again. They have a 20.7 point differential and are 44-5. Well, they ended up with... They signed Chet Holmgren. How are they able to do that? It's actually insane. Okay, well, I don't know what I'm going to have to do to get around that. So let's just look at the stats so far this season. Cat is averaging 20 points. Brunson only playing 29 minutes a night. We're giving him like the 2025 Garland treatment, at least throughout the regular season. There's Bridges, who's now shooting 41% from 3. OG showing a little bit signs of regression. Welcome back, Dante DiVincenzo, shooting 40% from 3. Josh Hart is now shooting 38% from 3. 10, 8, and 5. That's like an insane stat line. Come on, Deuce. I need you to be a little bit better than that. Justin Champagnie. Oh my God. How does his shot drop 5 percentage points and then 8 percentage points from 3? There's Tyler Kolek. Chaz Lanier has not been too bad. So you know what I think I'm going to do? I'm going to maybe mess with the rotation a little bit. Champagnie's been struggling. He's going to get like 14. I'm going to go like 17 to McBride. I think I'm going to see what I can get out of Lanier. 13 more minutes, or we'll do 13 to him. And I'm going to play Darius Cuff about 10 minutes a night. And we'll go 4 more to Hukporty. So I never got like Kevin McCullough any minutes. I want to see if we could still make it far with this team that we have right now. But I think like Lanier is a player that the Knicks should definitely target. And we know guys like Miles Bird, Otega Owe, Tahad Pettiford are all going back to school. It's just trimming down the draft pool for the 2025 class. All right, so Wemby is your MVP. AJ Debance, Rookie of the Year. Isaiah Collier is your 6th Man of the Year. Year 3 there in Utah. Wemby Depoy. Kobe Buffkin actually broke out. Shout out to him. And the Spurs under Mitch Johnson just went 72-10. So they are unreal. Wemby is All-NBA first team. Do we get any Knicks? Probably not, just because of the stats weren't anything too special this year. Do we get anybody on an all-defensive team? No, we do not. We do get Darius Cuff on all-rookie team. Probably not going to play in the playoffs. So we ended up as the 1 seed. So back-to-back years, we are a 1 seed. We took on an Atlantic Division rival, the Nets, in round 1 last year. This year, it's going to be the Raptors. We ended up with the best record in the NBA, or excuse me, in the Eastern Conference, 2nd best record in the NBA, and the 2nd best point differential in the NBA as well. OG Anunoby, I mean, for 40 mil a year, 39% from the field, 30% from 3 ain't great. Justin Champagnie, I don't really know if I could trust him in the playoffs. Like, to be honest with you, I may play rookie Chaz Lanier over him. Well, I guess 2nd year man. So let's go 9-man rotation. I'm not going to play Darius Cuff. I'm going to go, I think 14 to Hukporty. We can go 14 to Lanier. We'll go 20 to McBride for now. I want to go 34 to Cat. We'll do 28 to OG because I don't trust the efficiency. I'll do 28 to Hart. I'll do 35 to Bridges. I'm going to go 39 to Brunson. And then we'll do, yeah, a little bit more to DiVincenzo and McBride. So let's see what Chaz Lanier can do. Can he step up? OG against his former team drops 20 points in 30 minutes. RJ Barrett drops 18 against his former team. Quickly drops 11. They also have, let's see, they've added Trey Johnson throughout the draft. Cole Anthony is there in Toronto. Game number 2 goes to the New York Knicks. We win 121-110. Cat with 23, Brunson with 21, Josh Hart with 20. Game 3 is going to go to the New York Knicks. We win 123-94. Cat with 34 and 16. OG with 23. DiVincenzo could not hit a shot to save his life, but we move. Game 5, or excuse me, Game 4, we get blown out of the building. Are we going to gentlemen sweep the Raptors? No, they are going to force a Game 6. All right, do not blow a 3-0 lead, please. And we end up winning in 6, 134-119. So a couple years later, we're going up against Boston. They're looking for revenge in round number 2. Still can't believe the Knicks won that series. Shout out to Karl Anthony Towns. Just put up 27 and 14. 53, 38, 97 splits in those first 6 games. All right, so Boston's got Pritchard, White, Brown, Tatum, KP. Oh, just Tara, Easton, Kalo, Eric. What is this bench? How did they get this? Oh my God, Hawkins, Hendricks, Ware, and Easton, that is elite. Game 1 goes to New York. We win 132-108. Brunson with 26. OG with 23. Cat with 22 and 16. Game 2 goes to the Knicks 147-106. There we go. McBride had 20. Game 3 goes to the Knicks. All right, 126-123. Brunson with 32, and we're going to sweep them 143-126. We win in 4. All right, let's go on to the conference finals. Indiana Pacers for the 4th straight year. We beat them last year. They beat us in 2024 and 2025 in real life. We've only beat them in the video game so far. They pretty much have their squad. Nick Claxton is on their team. Trey Mann, Max Strus is on their team as well. We're going to win game 1. We scored 44 points in that 4th quarter. Chaz Lanier's actually been pretty good for the Knicks. Game number 2 is going to go to the Knicks. Let's go 152-111. Brunson with 35. Cat with 24. Bridges with 20. Game 3 goes to the Knicks 118-113. Brunson with 22 and 7. OG with 19 and 10. And we just dominated the Eastern Conference. We just ended up going 12-2. And we're probably going to be taking on the Spurs in the NBA Finals. They just swept the Dallas Mavericks. So they're looking for revenge after we beat them last year. Brunson had a really good conference finals. DiVincenzo and McBride have been struggling with their shots a little bit. So let's see. Can we beat San Antonio? We win game 1 by 31 points. Chaz Lanier had, 16 points in this game. Game number 2 goes to the Knicks. We won both games on the road. I have a feeling they're going to win game 3. Yep. And I have a feeling they're going to win game 4. Is that going to be the case? No, we go up 3-1. All right, we are 1 game away from going back-to-back. Can we do that? Can we do it? Bang! Oh my God. This team is dominating the Eastern Conference right now. 24-11 for Cat, 3 assists, 57, 47, 83 splits, and that's another ring. I just want back-to-back. Do I try to three-peat? Let's do it, man. DeLon Wright, a veteran on the team, ends up retiring. And we do have to give the Nets our first round pick there at number 30 from the Mikal Bridges trade. More than happy to give up that pick right now. Maybe Johnny Bryant's the missing link. So we didn't have any first round picks this year. Cat opts out. Josh Hart, I will be picking up that team option. Going to pick up Champagnie and Kolik's team options as well. Qualifying offers, I will be giving all these guys the QOs. Here we are in free agency. I would like to bring back Cat. I would like to bring back DiVincenzo as well. And Cat's going to get a massive 5-year, $265 million contract. I mean, that's insane. This is going to be the final year anyway, so I won't have to pay the repercussions from that deal, but that is probably not a deal that would age too well. I also don't know if I want to trade away OG Anunoby. I probably should, because he's definitely going downhill a little bit, but this is such a deep team right now, and that's what the Knicks need to create, a deep team. I could sign Jordan Hawkins if I wanted to, but I'm good with Chaz Lanier minutes next year. All right, so we get Hoop Porty, we get McCullough, and we get Lanier back on the QOs. Nobody's going up. Well, I guess Bridges and Anunoby go up, and Darius Cup's up to an 81 overall. Tyler Kolek, your minutes are going to be diminished probably. And then at this point, would anybody else see an extension? I guess Josh Hart would need a new deal. I wonder what that second contract would look like, basically. I mean, the Knicks want to renew it. That probably means things went well between both of them, so I mean, we'll see what happens with the Knicks this offseason. Do you think that they're going to trade? Because, like, they're not going to trade Brunson, obviously. I don't think they trade Bridges after giving up all those draft picks for him 1 year ago. So would you think they move either OG? Do they move Josh Hart, who's like Brunson's best friend? But hey, that's not going to matter when it's all said and done. They traded DiVincenzo last year. Do you think they trade Josh Hart? Or do you think they try to trade Karl-Anthony Towns for a little bit more defense? And they look to get like maybe 2 role players, like good role players for Karl-Anthony Towns, something like that. So yeah, let's figure out this rotation. DiVincenzo, a cuff. Like, I don't think Kolek is going to crack the rotation just because of Darius Cuff. It's going to get like 16 minutes a night. Same with Dante. We'll go 10 to Champagnie. I want probably 16 to Lanier. We can go about 20 to McBride. I want at least 12 to Ariel Hukporty. So he may leap Champagnie. I got about 5 more minutes here. Let's go 33 to Brunson, 33 to Cat throughout the regular season, 25 to Hart, 27 to OG's fine, and we'll go 32 to Mikal. We are 4-star balanced. How is that not better? Now, we just won 2 titles back to back. All right, so it is the trade deadline. We're 31-20. Not convinced that we're going to go back. I mean, we do have almost the best point differential in the Eastern Conference, 0.1 points behind the Cavs. But if we want to get better, I think we're going to have to make some type of notable trade here at the deadline for the last go of things. I can't run this team back. Miles McBride, best shooting year yet. He did end up shooting 38% from 3 last year. But to be honest with you, I don't really know who to trade because OG's actually not been that bad for us this year in his role. So honestly, I just kind of want to see what this team will do at the end of the year and see if they'll win a championship. All right, so Jokic wins MVP. Jay Smith is your rookie of the year. The #1 overall pick out of Georgetown looks pretty good. Wemby ended up winning DPOY. So I doubt we're going to get anybody on the All-NBA teams, as we haven't in a couple years. We ended up getting the 1 seed. So that's 3 straight years we were the 1 seed. We took on Toronto in round 1 last year. It's going to be the same this year. Best point differential in the East, 52-30 record. And how do I want to kind of construct this rotation? I guess we're going to go with the same starting 5. We're going to get like a ton of guys off the bench. I think we're going to go, I don't know, man. Champagny was pretty good this year, but I think I want to ride Chaz Lanier and give him more minutes for the playoffs. Let's go 20 to McBride. Let's go 20 to Lanier. Let's see what he can do. 16 to DiVincenzo. We can do 12 to Darius Cuff. I want to go 15 Hook Porty. The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hook has actually been pretty good for us. So we're going to go 37 to Brunson, 35 to Cap, and 33 to Bridges. So, I mean, there's a chance this team does lose in round number 1. Trey Johnson, really good player as a 6-man for that team. And we're going to beat them in 6. So deja vu a little bit. Raptors in round 1 last year. Same this year. Boston in round 2 last year. Same this year. Are they able to beat us? It's a good team. They have Walker Kessler, Khalil Ware, Hendricks, Kalkbrenner. You have enough bigs, you think, off the bench? And we are going to lose in 7. There goes our run. We lost 138, 127. Tatum went off for 37. Brown had 31. I mean, Cat had 27 and 10. Brunson had 21. Hart had 14 in this series. Chaz Lanier, I think I wrote him too hard there, and he ended up kind of flaming out in round number 2. So let's see what happens here. Wemby and Jalen Johnson get conference finals MVPs, and the Spurs end up winning it all, with Wemby being your finals MVP. But hey, this was a very successful rebuild, retool. I know I didn't make too many moves in this video because I kept the top 5. I kept the top 6. A lot of OGs together. Like, I drafted Darius Cuff. I got Justin Champagny, Sadiq Bey, and kind of leaned into the younger guys, and we brought back Dante DiVincenzo as well. It's tough for me to do a Knicks rebuild, right? Because I watched these guys every single game this year, and I had, like, I'm rooting for them all the time. And I don't know if they're going to move OG, Hart, or Cat this offseason. Leon Rose is definitely going to have some tough decisions to make. So let me know what you think the Knicks should do down below. Drop a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy, and we'll see what the last elimination rebuild is going to be, because we only have 1 more to do.